It's Saturday, April 25th, 2026. I'm headed to the 18th Annual Historic Beech Island Tour. I'm in for a long day, and I'm going to share it with you. This video is just an overview of the tour. I'm planning on going back and doing historical videos about each location. I made it to all but 3 places, but we'll still talk about those. The Beech Island Historical Society has a really nice campus featuring 2 historic landmarks and a replica country store. This is the main building, which serves as the Beech Island Historical Society's headquarters. This year's tour was sponsored by the Kimberly-Clark Corporation. I will give all the details about the building in a separate historical video. It features a museum and information about the Historical Society. As I walk around to the next building, you can see they have set up for those purchasing a barbecue lunch plate. It's a lovely day, and it's a nice spot in the shade. This renovated barn is now the Beech Island Agricultural Museum and Gift Shop, showcasing Beech Island's agricultural past. Yes, sir. That is nice. Looking forward to that barbecue.
See how they do it on temperature wise.
Mr. Bobby's cooking up some chicken for the barbecue plates for sale. You could get either chicken or barbecue pork, which was catered by Carolina Barbecue from New Ellington. Alrighty.
167.
Nice. They also have a replica country store on the premises, with a nostalgic look back at how we used to purchase items locally. Most of the stops for the tour were along the old Jackson Highway, so we're headed just down the road to our next destination, which is the Silver Bluff Missionary Baptist Church and Schoolhouse. The current church building was built in 1948 alongside a replica of the former school building. Moving on to our next destination, which was the Zubley Cemetery, which is on the National Register of Historic Places. Even though the drive-in looks spooky, and I'm sure you're wondering what I'm doing on a road like this, there were 3 cars ahead of me, and they have volunteers at each destination. For a view of the full drive in and out to Zubley Cemetery, check out my video on my other channel, 2 Lane Tales. Just a reminder, this video is just an overview of each destination, and I will be posting a historical video of each location that gives more detail at a later date. This was the Swiss settlers site. They have several interpretive signs posted across the property. Artifacts from the site are displayed in the Society's museum. After Zubley Cemetery, we moved on to the River House, which is a privately owned residence on the Savannah River. For the tour, we weren't allowed to take photos inside of private homes, but I did take some nice shots from the outside. I really liked this alligator head. It looks like it was carved from a piece of driftwood, and I'm not sure if the pine cones are real or if they are carvings. They were big as footballs. After the River House, I moved on to the Silver Bluff Audubon Center and Sanctuary. I made sure that I punched my passport. This historical tour had 3 sites in the passport book, so I almost have it filled up. I visited their education center and also their archaeological dig on the bluff. Next stop on the tour was the old Hankinson House in Jackson, South Carolina. This is a private residence, so I wasn't allowed to film inside. However, the house is on the market, so if you're interested in seeing the inside, you can go to Shannon Rawlings' website to view that. At this point in my day, it was 3 o'clock and I had a decision to make. The tour ended at 5, but Red Cliff Plantation closed at 4. I really wanted to see that because I had never been before, so I decided to forego the last 3 destinations in lieu of seeing Red Cliff Plantation. Red Cliff Plantation is a state historic site which is part of the South Carolina State Park System. The home is a 4-story Greek Revival plantation house that was constructed in 1859 for South Carolina Governor James Henry Hammond. It's a very popular venue for weddings and receptions in the area. Red Cliff Plantation suffered property damage during Hurricane Helene in 2024. You can see the collapsed building in the background. There were 2 massive stumps from ancient oaks that were left. Each of these stumps were 5 feet across. What a loss. As you can see, I had quite the day, so I didn't make it to the last 3 destinations, which were the Lily Farm, the Hammond Cemetery, and Boondock Farms. I'll have to make a special trip back to those in order to make a historical video about them. For credits and honorable mention, there's a few folks that I would like to thank. First and foremost is Miss Ann and Miss Louise from the Midland Valley Historical Museum, Miss Bartley from the Beech Island Historical Society, Mr. Murray, whom I ran into in a couple of different sites, Reverend Morgan, pastor at the Silver Bluff Baptist Church, and the gentleman that gave me the brief tour outside. Apologies, I did not catch your name, sir. Also, the lady at the Audubon Educational Center and at the archaeological dig. I didn't catch either one of your names. Apologies. Also like to thank Mr. Bobby for allowing me to film his chicken grill. Also like to acknowledge the many volunteers that were helping at each station. You were very much appreciated. Also, apologies for the jump scare that I gave to the gentleman that was trying to eat his lunch at the cemetery.